Hey everyone, it's Fairy Witch One here. I'm going to continue on some videos on fairy tales and that. Today I'm going to talk about La Belle Dame Sans Merci. Merci? Now, La Belle Dame Sans Merci is the title of a poem by John Keats, one of England's greatest romantic poets. The poem beautifully illustrates the inextricable link between the goddess of magic and witchcraft and the maidens of the fairy tales. It tells the tale of a knight who falls in love with a beautiful elven maid. This captivating fairy sings a spell song as she rides upon the bestowed knight's horse. Then leading him to her home, she feeds him honey and dew, both symbols of the divine feminine. This fey creature is actually a version of the pagan goddess. She offers love and passion and enchants the poor knight with her otherworldly charms. She is a symbol of love, inspiration, reckless desire, poetic vision, the sense of spring, and ultimately the long sleep of death, for the knight eventually finds himself on the hills so haggard and so woebegone. Woebegone? This is just one example of how fairy tale maids are thought to be derived from various aspects of the pagan goddess. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the famous poem, I'm about to read it to you. Bear with me, there are some tricky words here. I am dyslexic, so I always like to pre-warn you on this. Now, the Belle Dame Sans Merci. Oh, what can ail thee, knight-at-arms, alone and palely loitering? The siege has withered from the lake, and no birds sing. Oh, what can ail thee, knight-at-arms, so haggard and so woebegone? The squirrel's granary is full, and the harvest's done. I see a lily on the brow, with anguish moist and fever dew, and on thy cheeks a fading rose fast withereth too. I met a lady in the meads, full beautiful, a faery's child. Her hair was long, her foot was light, and her eyes were wild. I made a garland for her head, and bracelets too, and fragrant zone. She looked at me as she did love, and made sweet moan. I set it on my passing steed, and nothing else saw all day long, for side along would she bend and sing a fairy song. Now again, I'm sorry about me reading. She found me roots of relish sweet and honey wild, and manna dew, and sure in language strong she sang, I love thee true. She took me to her elfin grove, and there she wept and shied full sore, and there I shut her wild eyes with kisses four, and there she lulled me asleep, and there I dreamed, O woe betide, the latest dream I ever dreamed. On the cold hillside I saw pale kings and princes too, pale warriors, death pale were they all. They cried, La Belle Dame Sans Merci hath thee in their thrall. I saw their striped lips in the gloom, with horrid warning gaped wide, and I awoke and found me here on the cold hillside, and this is why I sojourn here alone and palely loitering, though the siege is withered from the lake and no birds sing. Now I really do apologise, because I know I'm terrible at pronouncing some of those words there, and I must have sounded awful then, so I do apologise. If you want me to do a copy of the poem for you, I will send you all a copy of the poem. If you want to read it for yourselves, just let me know if you want a copy, and blessed be.